Hi everyone, thank you for joining this webinar on higher education student finance. My name is Judith McCusker and I am the Student Engagement Officer for Learning and Support at South West College, Omagh Campus, and I'm going to be your main presenter for this presentation. I work as part of the student engagement team within the college, and I'm also joined today by two team members. So first of all, we have Sharon Waters, who is our Student Engagement Officer, and Sharon covers the Dungannon and Cookstown campus. And then we have Ciara Chisholm, who is our Student Finance Officer. So the format of this presentation will be based around, or the format of the session will be based around the presentation. And at the end, Sharon and I are going to be answering any questions that you might have. So as we move through the presentation, just use the Q&A panel to submit your questions, and Ciara is there receiving those, and we'll take a look at them at the end. So let's talk finance. The Association of Colleges revealed that higher education students who study in further education colleges are likely to leave college with around £17,500 less debt than if they had studied the qualification at university. So with this in mind, let's look at available finance. Okay, so listed here are our fees for this coming academic year, and you can see to study full-time at South West College, an honours degree is £4,395 each year, and a full-time foundation degree is £2,600. To study on a part-time basis, our honours degree is £295 per module, and for a foundation degree, it's £250 per module. So at South West College, we understand that finance can be a barrier to many students, and it can also be quite daunting as you start to look around to see what finance is available. So the following is a list of options that are available to you that you can apply for to help support you as you study your higher education course. So we're going to be looking at these in a little bit more detail. So first of all, we have student finance, NI, in terms of our loans and grants. We're then going to move on to take a look at the South West College bursary, various scholarships that are available to you, and then finally the South West College Hardship Fund. So hopefully you can see already that there are a number of finance options available. So your main source of finance, whether you study on a full-time or a part-time basis, is through Student Finance NI. And over the next couple of slides, we're going to look in more detail as to how do you apply for your finance, what are the main sources of finance, the time frame and repayments. So at the moment, applications are now open for full-time finance, and I would advise you, if you haven't already done so, to start your application now. The earlier you start this process, it will mean that your funding will be in place for you at the start of your course. If you're coming to study at South West College on a part-time basis, on one of our part-time undergraduate courses, applications for finance for second year returners will open in June, and the applications for first years, you don't actually apply for it until 2 weeks after the start of your course. So how do you apply for your finance? This is the website that you go on to apply for your finance. So it's www.studentfinanceni.co.uk. And you can see here, I have included a screenshot of the website. So this is a really useful information and guidance website, so it is. So for first-time applicants, over on the left-hand side, you would go in and you would create an account. Have a pen and piece of paper nearby, because as you create your account, you'll be issued with a customer reference number and also a password for future use as well. It's a very straightforward process, and as you move through, you'll be asked a number of questions. So initially, you'll be asked for personal details, such as your name, your address, date of birth, national insurance number. You may then move on to course details, so the title of your course, where you're going to study, so the name of your college. And it's worth noting here that South West College is registered with Student Finance as South West Regional College. You will then move on to give details of your household income, and if you're applying for this academic year, you'll be asked for the household income from the 2018-19 tax year. You will also need to know your bank account details, so have your bank account number and sort code nearby as well. Once you complete this online application, you will then be asked to confirm your identity, and for this they ask for either a valid passport or a birth certificate, and you will post that off to your local student finance office along with details or evidence of your household income. So if you take a look at the screen, along the top, one of the icons is Find Your Local Office. If you click on that link and put in your postcode, it will tell you where to post your documents back to. What are the main sources of finance? Well, they're really in relation to loans and grants, so they are. And as at this stage, we would always advise you to sit down with family and to talk through what it is you wish to take out. You can take them out as standalone choices, so you can take out a tuition fee loan, or you can take them out as a range of package of support. Just remember, your loans you must repay, whereas your grants are non-repayable, but they are means tested on household income. If you decide to take out the tuition fee loan, this loan will cover your fees and your loan payment will be sent directly to the college. There's also then funding to help you with living costs, and these are covered through the maintenance loan and grant. And then in addition, there's the adult dependence grant. So if you have an adult and you're financially responsible for that adult while you study, you can apply for that. Likewise, if you have children who are financially responsible, you can apply for the Parents' Learning Allowance. There is a childcare grant to help meet childcare costs, and also a disabled students allowance. So if you are a student with a disability or you require additional support throughout your course of study, you can apply for the disabled students allowance. Just going to take a little bit more detail and look at the maintenance grant and the maintenance loan. So this slide has been extracted from the financial support guide on the website, and this booklet is actually really useful, so it is. So as I previously mentioned, the maintenance grants are means tested on household income. So if you look at column 1 and column 2, you can see that if your household income is below £19,203, you will be entitled to the full maintenance grant of £3,475. So this grant is paid in 3 instalments. The first one following your registration at South West College at the beginning of your course, and then number 2 or term 2 and term 3 will then follow with the remainder of your maintenance grants. So you can see as your household income increases, your grant decreases. If you decide, you can top up your living costs with a maintenance loan. So for those students living at your parents' home, you would look at the last column, and those students living away from home, you would then look at column 3. So this table will give you an idea of your maximum living costs in relation to the maintenance grant and maintenance loan, depending on your household income. Repayments. This is really just to let you know that you don't restart paying your loans, and your loans are in relation to your tuition fee loan and your maintenance loan until the April after you have finished or left your course, and that you only start to repay your loan once you're earning over £19,390 a year. Again, this table will act as a guide in relation to how much you earn as to how much your monthly repayments will be. Now to take a look at some additional finance that South West College offers. So in relation to our full-time undergraduate students, the college has a South West College bursary. It is in and around 10% of your tuition fees. It is automatically paid to students, so you don't have to apply for it. And as I say, it's automatically paid to students who are on receipt of the full maintenance grant. So don't forget, the maintenance grant is £3,475. and have a household income assessed and verified by Student Finance of £19,203 or below. So it's a one-off payment, and we issue that payment in term 2, so it's usually paid around February, March of the academic year. And then there's a number of scholarships which, as a higher education student, you're entitled and actively encouraged to apply for. So we're going to take a look at the first one in a little bit more detail, the JP McManus Scholarship. And this provides financial support to students from low-income households, so you must be in receipt of EMA in order to apply for it. The scholarship offers financial support of £5,500 per year for the duration of your course, and it's awarded to the top performing A-level and extended diploma students. So just bear in mind the closing date for those applications is Friday the 26th of June 2020. The rest of the scholarships is the SSE Electricity, Dalradian Gold Bursary, the ICE Quest Technician and the Strickland scholarships. You'll be issued with more details on those during your induction and registration period, but it's just really just to let you know that they are there and available for you. In the past, we've had a number of students who have successfully received funding from these scholarships. So, for example, last year, approximately 16 of our foundation degree students successfully received £2,500 each in relation to the SSE Electricity Scholarship. For this academic year then, South West College has a South West College Chief Executive Scholarship Award. So this is really as part of the college's commitment to widening access and participation for partner schools. South West College are launching 3 new fully funded higher education scholarships. So each of these scholarships has a value of between £9,500 and £12,000 depending on your course, and covers your full-time tuition fees for 3 years. So you can see here the 3 areas are listed: foundation degree in computing and the BSc top-up in computing, the foundation degree in creative media production and the BA top-up in creative media production, and lastly the BSc in corporate law and finance. So in order to apply for this, it is an application process, and if you're interested, we would ask that you would email the Chief